the military sticks with one single uniform for more than a couple years. We are seeing the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, Russell Smith, out there represent. If you want to come on the channel, let me know, McPon. Come on down. Get a little hit with us. But letting you guys know, he pops up out of nowhere on his Instagram with a uniform that I thought was dead. But it looks like it might be coming back. So on the first post 4 days ago, it says, yesterday, Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy Smith met with the command leadership at Naval Air Station Oceana and toured its facilities. Naval Air Station Oceana is the Navy's East Coast master jet base, and the sailors here provide support to Atlantic Fleet strike and fighter assets and joint/interagency operations and training. Thank you for your warm hospitality and keep up the good fight. And just like that, there wasn't a single mention that he is wearing a uniform that's not even in circulation just yet. And they continue on, and everybody in the comments is like, new uniforms? Oh, what's flat uniform? Hey, are we really not going to talk about that uniform? Thanks for coming to NASA Oceana, you know. Come on, McPod, give us a heads up before you drop an explosion. This isn't like your newest mixtape, okay? And what's funny is even with all the comments that went in that direction of like, hey, dude, are you going to mention this? By the way, I don't think the McPon's actually doing anything with this. This is obviously someone public affairs related, but the next post says this. Last week, McPon Smith met with sailors at Information Warfare Training Command, Virginia Beach, a part of Center for Information Warfare Training, to collect feedback and host an all-hands call, and later met with retired Command Master Chief Thomas E. Weber, Director of Operations of Homeport Hampton Roads, to tour the facilities and amenities of the housing location, the only single sailor public-private venture on the East Coast. The time spent with each and every person was invaluable and hugely appreciated. And again, there is no uniform mentioned on that, and they had an all-hands call. If anybody was there during this all-hands call, I would love to hear what information you got from this, or if anyone had the balls to actually mention the uniform change that was just so blatantly obvious. Now, the thing I want to address with this is something that we have almost flirted with for, I would say, decades now, of bringing back khaki uniforms in another way, shape, or form, in a dress uniform fashion or a working uniform fashion. If you guys don't know, the naval officer community, and on top of that, the Navy chief community, are authorized to wear khaki uniforms, but that is particularly in regards to the service uniform, which is like a step down from dress uniform. But this is not the first time we are seeing this. Military.com shows an article from 2019, says Yeoman First Class Kelly Pyron, assigned to U.S. Fleet Forces Command and Force Master Chief Human Phillips, assigned to Commander Naval Air Force Atlantic, demonstrate the operational variability of flame-resistant two-piece organizational clothing prototype aboard aircraft carrier USS Harry Truman. And I'm just like, how many versions of this fire retardant thing are we going to go through? Because come on, man. Come on. So just to break down some of the stuff on the uniform, I want to take notice of some major changes that probably will be overlooked. First off, you're going to see the U.S. Navy name tape, but on the other side, it looks like it might be either a Velcro or possibly a sewn-on patch. I'm not really sure on that. And it is not going to have a name tape on there, as you can see. And on top of that, you're going to see that we're going to keep the patches, but they're going to be a tan color, so you would have to buy another set of patches, which is going to be a different color. On top of that, you're going to see he's wearing like what look to be like the black Rocky suede boots. I'm not really sure which specific model these are, but they're kind of like the cool guy boots. But, you know, I will be realistic that these don't look to be steel toe, and so that may be an option for these, you know, in the future. You can't really wear those if you were on ship anyway, so that's one thing to take away from this. Any of these photos, none of them are going to include a cover, so I'm not sure if it's going to be command ball cap or if it's going to be some kind of 8-point cover or something of that nature. Obviously, you are going to have to worry about these getting soiled, even if you want to make the joke that chiefs or officers aren't going to do any manual labor, but still, ships are dirty places. If you want to compare this to anything, you could obviously look at our past, as we have had a working khaki uniform that you've probably seen in old films that portrayed the Navy a certain way. You can look at those where they were very minimalist like this, but it looks like this new uniform that's right here is kind of taking away from the Coast Guard navy blue untuck uniform, which has been out for, I would say, a little over a decade now, and that has not changed at all from what I've seen, and it looks like they've done that version, but khaki. And a lot of the criticism that came with this was the Type 1 Navy working uniform, the blue one, which blended in with water. So this makes sense that you can probably see a little bit better. In regards to that, we already have a new uniform. Plus, on top of that, we do have our coveralls, which are navy blue, which I don't think people are going to want to go away to make a special one just for chiefs or for officers. Now, obviously, this stuff is still prototype, not in full production, but, we have seen various other leadership officials that have come out wearing Type 2 working uniforms, Type 3s before they were a thing, and kind of giving this little heads up of, hey, we're considering this. If you look, also, there's a thing here of an old uniform that looks like from 2008 that was already canceled. They flirted with that for a couple years. And on top of that, there's also this PT uniform that has like a yellow top and like a black or bluish bottom that was being kind of rumored to be in circulation or going through testing at one point. Now, this got me thinking, why in the world do we have so much love for khaki in the Navy? Because, it does have a symbolism of leadership. As I said, it's been historically known to be for officers and chiefs. But I think that's just kind of in the common Navy practice, and I looked this up. According to the Navy Personnel Command, they say that the khaki originated in 1845 in India, where British soldiers soaked white uniforms in mud, coffee, and curry powder to blend with the landscape. Khakis made their debut in the U.S. Navy in 1912 when they were worn by naval aviators, and they were adopted by submarines in 1931. In 1941, the Navy approved khakis for on-station wear by senior officers, and soon after Pearl Harbor, chiefs and officers were authorized to wear khakis ashore on liberty. So there you go. I'm surprised that even aviation let this happen, because God forbid we know their brown shoes that are so special that they get to wear, or the way they wear their Dixie Cup covers or whatever else, that the aviation community likes to be a little bit different. And learning from that, is this why Navy chiefs are known for drinking coffee and not cleaning their cups? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about these uniform changes, because I know a lot of you are going to be critical of the fact that we have been uniform changed out. I personally can tell you I wore the freaking stupid utility uniform when it first came and hated those. Then I wore the Type 1s. Then I wore Type 3s. Then I also wore my MARPAT uniform with the Marines, and I've also switched PT uniforms, and yeah, now also the white uniform as well, as a piping on the edge. So we have gone through several changes in just my short 13 years of service. Let me know what you guys think about these uniform changes, and I already know the bell-bottom dungaree dudes are going to be like, those were the best. Okay, we get it. We get it, but comment down below for the algorithm. But as always, if you like what we do on this channel, you can always support over at patreon.com for special perks and benefits. On top of that, you can also support over at the YouTube join button below this video for special perks and benefits here on YouTube. As always, if you guys have questions about this or anything else, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or TikTok now, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.